everybody. Today I have another special recipe for you. A recipe that I did for the family luncheon every Sunday when we used to have our luncheons. Well, till about 16 years ago or so when my grand died. But every Sunday we just joined as a family and made a lunch. Everybody made different dishes. I had certain dishes that I would make that they like how I make them. So I am going to share this recipe with you today. And it is going to be sweet potato pie. But this is Bajan style. And I'm going to be using the potatoes that we used in Barbados and not the yellow potatoes, because yellow potatoes they tend to be quite watery and the consistency is just totally different. The white potatoes that we used had more strings and different thing in it, but it held together better. So I wanted to share this recipe with you, and I hope that you enjoy it and that you will try it at home. And if you do try it, it would be great if you can let me know and maybe even send me a picture of how it came out. Something, just do something. But before I continue with my chit chat, we will get on to the recipe. Let me show you what ingredients I have. These are my ingredients. I hope that I haven't forgotten anything, but these are the potatoes that I am going to be using. And these with the red skin, but it has white on the inside. I already have some on boiling, but we will go to the stove shortly because I will show you a little tip of mine, because what I found when you boil the potatoes, something that comes out of the potatoes makes the pot all sticky, and I found a way so that the pot would not be sticky. So then I have 2 eggs. I might probably only use 1, I'm not sure. I have some butter here. This is a half, this is a 1/4 cup, sorry, of butter. And I have a 1/2 cup of, this is some cane sugar. I have some coconut milk here. I have some nutmeg. I have some spice, and I have a little bit of salt. And then I have some vanilla. The vanilla is to stop the rawness of the egg. Then I have my pineapple juice and my pineapple slices, because I'm going to be using my pineapple juice inside of my recipe. Then I have some cherries here, which I love. I always stock up on cherries because I'm not a fan of raisins because I'm a bit allergic to them. So, and then I have my dish that I am going to be baking it in. So yes, that looks like all the ingredients. So I have my mixer. I'm not gonna bring out my big mixer to do this. So let's just move on to the stove so that I can show you what is happening there. My potatoes are on boiling and they're going pretty good. So I am going to let these potatoes cook and then I will be back with you. But before we leave, I'm just going to show you, right now it's just the water and the potatoes in there. But what I'm going to do is put a tablespoon of sugar inside. And when I put that tablespoon of sugar inside of the pot, it stops the all stickiness from going on the sides of the pot. And also it gives the potatoes a slight little sweetness to it as well. And as you can see, I'm boiling the potatoes in the skin. And the reason I'm boiling them in the skin, I wash them, and all that, is because it's just so much easier to peel when it is all done. So, and also my mom said it keeps in a lot of the nourishment or the whatever it is that is good for you in the potatoes. So I hope that you will stick with me for this recipe till the end and that you will try it yourself. So we will be right back. We are going to test the potatoes, and we'll test the bigger ones and make sure I'm going to just use my chopstick. Make sure that the chopstick goes right through, which the chopstick has gone right through. They were boiling for about 35 minutes or so. So we will take them off now. Okay, then I am going to just put them in my draining rack to drain off that water. And what I will do is put some cold water on it and start the cooking process. And I have my pan here. So I will just put them in my pan nice and hot. So we are going to just peel them off. Oh, and it is hot, so be careful. That's one. And I continue to just, excuse the noise from the water, but I continue to just keep them under the water because that stops the heat on my hands. This is one of our favorite dishes to eat with our Sunday meal. So you would find this happening in the Caribbean a lot. I'm not sure if it is still the same way where the Caribbean people eat largest meals on Sunday. But certainly when I was growing up and younger, that's what happened. We ate anything during the week, but on Sundays. All right, my potatoes are all. I'm going to crush this a little bit so that when I go to mix it, because I don't like it like actually crushed, I like it more cream. So let's put our butter in. Because before I put in my eggs, I'm going to let it cool off a little. Because we don't want our eggs to cook. But I'm going to just put it. Wow, this looks good already. Let's put our cinnamon in there, half teaspoon of cinnamon, half teaspoon of nutmeg. Don't put too much nutmeg. I love nutmeg, but nutmeg has a very, yeah, it can be a little strong. And let's put the sugar, a little sugar in there. And as I said, it's a half cup of sugar, but what I will do is put in a quarter cup and taste it because I don't like that much sugar. I'm wondering if I'm going to really need all right. I just love it. Just love it, love it, love it. So this is just my pinch of salt, which is like just what I said, a pinch of salt. But what I am going to do, I am going to put the juice of the pineapple to give it that pineapple flavor. I'm not putting any chunks. Teaspoon of vanilla. All right, and the vanilla stops the rawness from the next thing we are going to do, let's set this aside for a little bit. The next thing we are going to do is, don't you dare fall. We are going to grease our pan. Now this is just some butter and I have some wax paper. So this is the way I always grease my pan. I just use the wax paper and I grease the pan. So I have my oven set at 375. And as you can see, we do not put this, not the old time way, we do not put this in a pie crust, because we just use is a sweet potato pie. Yes, it is called pie, but we do not put it in a pie crust in Barbados at home. So I am just doing it the old-fashioned way. All right, so I have greased my pan. I just love it that I can show you all the little hairs from the potato. All right, so that has been mixed enough. So my next thing, because I didn't put any more sugar, so I put like a quarter cup of sugar, which is gonna be quite enough. And I'm just gonna put my batter now in my container to bake. And as I said, this is a good side dish with your Sunday meal or your luncheons that you would be having with your family. So you should really try it, because when you taste this with your food, because we eat it with like dry peas or rice, macaroni pie, baked chicken, baked pork. At that time, I don't eat much pork. It's all done in the pan. So we are just going to pretty it up now. And what I normally do is put some pineapple rings on it. Then I cut this one and put it there. Awesome, 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 awesome. And then my cherries. These little things my mom taught me when I was way younger. And because she went to some place called the Housecraft Center, where in Barbados at that time they taught them how to cook, how to do different things. And so this is it, and the little bit of cinnamon that we have left, we are just going to, oops, don't worry about it. I sprinkle it on top, and then we are going to put this in the oven to bake for about half an hour or so, but we will check it. Okay, so look at ours. It just smells like, it smells like home. And our pie is about ready to come in. Let me switch the stove off. And we are going to take the pie out because we don't want it to get too brown. But it looks awesome. Our pie is all done. Doesn't it look great? It is very hot because it just came out of the oven. So unfortunately, I am not going to be able to taste it right now. But thank you so much, family, for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this recipe. And if you did, it'd be a pleasure if you could give me a like, a share, and a subscribe. And once again, blessings to you and spread the love.